Hi everyone, it's Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils. Welcome to the Inspiration Day. This is my little make for our October inspiration. If you're playing catch up, then obviously go to the feature tab on the Simply Sweet Poppy Stencil Facebook page. Or you can catch this particular video on YouTube. But if you go to Simply Sweet Poppy Stencils Facebook page, there is tons and tons of video inspiration there for you to enjoy. So for this, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be using one of the older stamps, which is our beautiful Robin and Holly Sweet Poppy stamp. And it's gorgeous. It's got two little sentiments and then the most beautiful traditional robin on there. I'm going to be stamping this on Kraft Card and just keeping it very, very basic, but you can add more colour if you wish. I want to keep it very simple, very classic. So here we go. So products we're using, as I said, is we're going to be using the beautiful Sweet Poppy Robin and Holly that's just come back into stock. So grab it whilst it's there because it is very popular, this one. I'm going to be using Kraft Card. Now Kraft Card has two colours on it, so you have a lighter side and a darker side, so I'm going to be using the darker side. I've got a base card of 5 by 7 inches, and then I have a little topper and a little topper for my sentiment. My sentiment is 2.5. Let me just do a double check on that. It's about 2.5 by 9 centimeters, my little sentiment topper. And then obviously you're going to have a little mat with the black. So trim that just a smidge bigger. My topper for my stamping is 11.5 by 12.5, but again, a little bit of black behind it just to pull it all together and make that a few centimeters bigger. I'm going to be stamping in Versavine Clair Nocturne, which is beautiful black and it's perfect for detail stamping. And I have my stamp press just because it's my preferred way of stamping. So let's fire ahead. Okay, so I'm going to secure my stamp down just with a little bit of tape just so that it doesn't move. Now I want to apply my holly stamp around the border because the stamp, as you can see, I've taken the stamp. Let me get the finished image. I've taken the stamp and I've stamped it numerous times without the robin, just to fill the background up a little bit. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to pop this just on my base of my stamp press because I don't want to get black ink all over. Lovely. And a little bit more at the top, not going on my card, but going just around because I know I'll be over stamping my corner. So where's my little robin? We're going to peel him off, so always peel him off. This one is well used, this particular stamp. It is one of my Christmas favourites. So I'm just going to move that out the way. I actually want it a little bit more over to this side, so I'm just going to take that up without moving it too much. Lovely. I think that's fine. Lovely. So hopefully I'm still in shot. So I'm just going to press it down, and then I'm just going to ink my little holly leaves. So gentle taps with my Nocturne. I don't need to ink the whole thing up, it's just the leaves. Lovely. So I'm going to get my stamping tool and I'm just going to get equal pressure over it. So that's my first one. Now I will clean mine in between, but you could put a bit of acetate and you could put a dirty stamp on and move it around that way. I tend to clean mine as I go, so I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen roll just to blot it. Lovely. So I want little holly over in this corner here. So again, I'm coming off the stamp, off the card base, and try not to get his little claws in. Lovely. So pick him up, press him down, make sure he's stuck onto my board. Sorry for the glare if you've got a glare. So gentle taps. Brilliant. So I'm quite happy with that. So again, just quickly wipe him. Now we're going to go with the whole of the robin. So I'm just going to pop that over. I'm actually going to just block that a second. VersaFine Clair will stay wet a lot longer, so it allows you, if you wanted to do heat embossing, I could heat emboss it if I wanted. So what I tend to do is I would use a clear embossing powder over my coloured ink, and that way I'm not going to get marks all over. So I'm quite happy with that. I think he's in a nice position. So I'm going to go gentle taps all over. Lovely. So again, over. Going to go in with my stamp tool. Pick him up. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful little stamp. So again, give him a quick wipe. I think that would be quite, I think like that. Make sure his little feet are not in the way. And we're going to go gentle taps. And then let's just check. I love a stamp press because I can, and I've not committed to it. So if I wanted and it wasn't quite right, I could pull it back, clean it and position it again. So lovely. So what I want now is I want this corner to have something in there. You could put a sentiment if you wanted, but I actually want a bit of the holly in there. So I'm just going to position that round, and that can go there. Lovely. Oops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit more tape, and I'm just going to go just there, because I'm just going to put something around there. So I'm going to clean off my robin again. Just check I'm in shot. Lovely. Give him a blot. And then we're going to move him around. So I try not to get his little feet in the way. I think over, and then we're just going to stamp him up. Gentle taps. Lovely. As I said, you can easily add lots of colour to this if you wanted, you know, or keep it very simple. It's completely up to you. Right, let's see what he looks like. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. On the original, I have more of the holly over this way. So what I might do is I might just pop a little bit more holly there. So again, we're just going to give them a quick clean. As I said, we've all got our ways of stamping, and it's whatever works for you. I'm a great believer in that. If you're into putting lots more colour and everything on it, then that's perfectly fine. There's no rules. So I'm just going to pop that down, and I think I'm going to add him there. I'm going to press him down, pick him up, and we're just going to catch the holly. Beautiful. So I'll clean my stamp press after. Lovely. So again, that's better, looks better. So clean him off, put him to one side, pop away after, and then we just need a little sentiment, and I'm going to use So you get peace on earth and you get Merry Christmas. I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas. So let me stamp up the sentiment and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've got my little sentiment that I've already matted and layered, and we've just got to mat and layer the Robin Holly. So make sure it's dry before you start handling it. As I said, the VersaFine Clair will always be a little bit wetter than, or stay wetter than some of the other inks that you may use. So we're going to just smidge him in. I'm just using a roller glue just for ease, but normally I'll use the wet glue. I just find that is easier for and stays together easier. So I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. Right, let's just take him off and reapply him again. Lovely. Now, if you haven't cut it straight, like sometimes I don't, that's fine. It still allows you to trim it. There we go. Does that look straight? Come on, Lou. Lovely. So, making sure it's nicely stuck down. Beautiful. So you've got so many options. If you wanted, you could add, as I said, you could add colour to your leaves if you wanted. It is up to you, with lots of different options. With your watercolour pens, whatever you find works for you. Oops, I've got a little bit of glue on here. So these are just polychroma pencils. So they're lovely, they blend beautiful. So you could add colour. Me personally, for this one, I just wanted it very monochrome, very clean and simple. No, what I call pizza topping. But you could add glossy accents to the berries. It's what you really want to do. Or even, you know, the Winker Stellas, you could add those as well. It's what you fancy. So for this one, I've just got a little bit hint of red. You could even add a bit of red to his the red breast. But for me, we're going to keep it simple. So pop this on. So again, a bit of glue on the back. Got my 5x7. And we're just going to position that roughly straight. It's always harder on camera to overlook and see if you are straight. So nice and simple. So again, using by eye, making sure it's roughly central and straight. And there you go. So it's up to you how much colour or how little colour you add. So that is my make for the October Inspiration Day. Very simple, but I think very elegant. There we go. So don't forget to tune in for more inspiration. Go to the feature tab on the Simply Sweet Poppy page, or even go onto our YouTube channel where lots of videos are stored. We look forward to seeing your makes. We hope you enjoy the day, and don't forget to share and inspire everybody. Many thanks.